Tizzle Mommy. Hey, Queen. Happy Saturday. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, my hair. I could get some. Hey, hey, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Hope you guys are doing this good on a Saturday. I didn't have nothing to do. Hey, hey. Hey, Rainy Woman. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all come on in. Hey, love all. Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Hey, hey. Oh, you an early bird, Autism Mommy. Yeah, I only do that on Thanksgiving. I'm not a early cooker. I don't know why. I'm just not. I'm not good at meal prepping. I'm not good at anything like that. Good afternoon, Queen. Hey, Alice. Hey, Blanche. Nikki. OPP. Hey, hey, hey. I'm doing good, Rainy Woman. What about you? Hey, Lisa. Delight. Hello, hello, hello. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Y'all come on in. Come on in. It's kind of chilly outside. My mom just left. So I was like, I'm going to get on live and we're going to talk about a little tech. I don't get to talk about it a lot. If you're new here, oh, yeah. You got to get them right. Oh, I want to do braised short ribs tomorrow. I think that's what I'm going to do. Some braised short ribs. Hey, Melody. Oh, it's foggy. It's just windy here. It's sunny. It's a little windy, but it's cold. On the Golden Tech Challenge, yeah. I don't know. I think the generation that I was born in, it was just getting on the cusp. We're getting on the cusp of it where it was with an upswing. Today, I think children are born. My kids have been, especially my 16-year-old. I know he has been using a computer since he was, I don't know. And I'm not talking about like a phone. I'm talking about a real computer, not an iPad. He's been using a computer since I know he's probably like 1 or 2, maybe 1.5, 2. Oh, but tech is, for me, I tell people it's like my right arm. If I don't have my computer, I am probably lost. I won't say lost, but it's just a lot of the center of everything I do. I can probably get by without it, and I say that loosely. But for a career, I think it's different than an actual user. For me, I liken it to a person who likes clothes, but a person who really likes clothes, like likes the fabric and things like that. As far as clothes, that's what it is to me. I don't look at it as a computer. I look at it as a object that needs to. It does what I say it can do. So thank you, Gwendolyn. So yeah. And I'm not a what I call a creative. I'm more of a fixer. I write. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. And I'm going to talk about just a little, and I don't get into a lot of on this channel how I got into tech, how I I got into it, what I have, what certifications, what I've done. And I've done a lot in tech. I've been in tech a long time, almost 30 years, if not 30. I've been doing a form of tech for a career for over uh, the greater part of 20 years. I've been in tech since I was, as far as working in tech, it was one of my first jobs. So, and I'm not talking about like, high school jobs. One of the first jobs I had gotten. I've always done some form of tech. My mom, when I was 7 years old, she bought an Apple IIe computer, and I'm gonna date myself by saying that. And I read the book and I learned how to program. And when I grew up, I had people around me that just motivated me, and I could always figure out the tech issues, or I was the one that will always read the manual and figure out how to do things. And I had someone very close to me tell me when I was about 13, spoke it in my life and said, you're going to be working on computers. You're going to be doing this for a living. And I never thought about it. As far as being a career, I always was in gifted classes. I always, took higher level type classes. We always got good grades. That was just who I was. Loved math, loved, like games that you had to solve puzzles. I loved puzzles. Loved to read. Wasn't that good in English though, but I still love to read. I still love to read now. And things like that. So, and peculiar things, peculiar problems I would love to solve. So I did a lot of what they call logic games and things like that. And I still do those to this day. Crossword puzzles, stuff like that. So that was always a thing I would do. And for me, IT was just something that, when I started off going to college, at that time it was computer information systems, and I got into that. And then I started working at a lab, and I went and changed my major to nursing, and figured out that I did 3 years of that and figured out that was not for me. Just basically following somebody else was what I was doing, and thought, hey, I've been doing this computer thing. Yeah, it comes natural to me, but I'm going to try to go over here because I think this is a better career to me. And you find out it's not. And I found out that way. So I had to go back, start over kind of, and regroup. And I finally did get my IT degree. Worked when I got it for a little while, but before I actually went back and got it, because I didn't get my nursing degree and I changed schools. So in between there, I worked in IT a lot. I did a lot of help desk, and people ask me all the time, how did you break into IT? I was on the help desk. I was on the help desk, and I was also the person in my family that was not afraid of the computer. It was like second nature to me. I can get on it. I can operate it. That's where I felt comfortable. So and I tell people, if you are a problem solver, if you like to help people solve problems and you feel like you want to be in tech, try tech support. And the reason I say try tech support is because on the tech support, and I don't know how it is now, but when I was on tech support, you got so many problems. You got so many types of problems. You were the first line for everything. So if they had a database problem, if they had a networking problem, back then it was no cybersecurity, but if they had a programming issue, it was all at tech support. It all started at tech support, and tech support kind of filtered the problems to the different parts of IT. but it started with tech support, and you learn how to troubleshoot layer one of the database. You should, of the networking of whatever departments that you would filter the tier two and tier three problems for. But you were tier one, so you got a bunch of the problems. So you were the filter person. So they gave you steps that you could do, and sometimes tier two would give you little things that you could try also. So from that, I learned that okay, I was good at programming. So that was my second tier two position. I went to programming, and I loved that. I did a lot of coding fixes and things like that. I love doing that. Did a lot of building small projects and things like that. Learned a lot of new coding languages, but I did not like corporate America. So I did not, and that was at the time I was starting to have my kids, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this, and I can't, work in this as a career because it was too demanding, especially when you had, little ones and things like that. So I couldn't keep up, and that was, I couldn't do that. And so my thing was, okay, well, I would still want to do IT, but I need to switch sectors, which is how I ended up in education. So I love education. I love my job that I have now. I've switched when I went into education to a more of a data role where I do a lot of database work now. And I like that. And I do a lot of front end coding, client side coding. So I like that. And it's really fulfilling work because even though I'm not a teacher, I still get the impact of helping the teachers and administration and things make the school district a good place for kids to learn. So I like that. So if you have any questions about IT, we can talk about certifications. I do have certifications. So I have the A+. So that is how in the IT world, that's the lower level certification. And I say that because that is for IT. That is the lower level industry standard certification for IT. That is a lot of the companies. If you want to go into tech support, if you're trying to enter into tech support, a lot of companies want to see that you have the A+. Now, there are two parts to the A+. I don't know the numbering. They have a numbering. It used to be, I think, 7801 and 7802. I'm not sure. But whatever the numbers is, there are by the governing company for the A+ is CompTIA, and I will put it in the chat. And it's the CompTIA A+, and I put it in the chat. And it is two parts to that test, two parts. So they have the hardware part where, you're talking about hardware components and how they operate within the system and things like that. Then you get into the software and where most of the tech support will happen, because a lot of times nowadays, and this was back then when, and I'll say the hardware part was important. And things like that. But now, since they are mass building computers as fast as we can probably change clothes, to me, that's not an important part, but you still need to have it to have the A+. And if you are not planning on building any computers, I would, that would be the part of the test that I would say just do memorization on, meaning just look at the questions and keep going through until you remember. I'm not saying that that's what is good. But if you're not planning on building computers or anything like that, if you know computers, you know what the hardware does and things like that. So I wouldn't spend all my time focusing on that. Like, I have to know that. I have to commit that to memory. I have to know it to be anything in IT. No. but I would focus on the software part because a lot of IT is software and things like that. So I will focus on the software part in files and file structure and things like that. So the second part of the test is where I will start committing things to memory or making sure that I understand what's going on. Because a lot of the first part, okay, but the second part is truly the foundational part that you need to start committing to memory and start saying, hey, if I want to do this for a career, some of this information is important to me. So the CompTIA A plus, and I've seen, and CompTIA has three tests under their belt that are foundational IT, and our IT, if you want to do foundational IT type things. And that is the A plus, which we just talked about, Network Plus. And I have this one also. The Network Plus, if you want to do things with IP addresses, if you want to do things as far as making computers talk to each other, networking type things is like with Ethernet things and securing, putting up Wi-Fi connections, setting up Wi-Fi connections in a enterprise way in businesses. If you want to maintain networks and things like this, this is where that Network Plus certification comes in at. This is what that is used for. And from the Network Plus, you can, if you want to stay in networking, there are so many avenues with networking. AWS, Amazon Web Services, that's kind of networking. If you want to build cloud networks, there are so many certifications that branch off on the networking portion of IT. There's so many jobs, and they are only getting better because many things are going to network, like cloud-based. We don't have servers anymore. That's why you see people talking about data centers, building data centers. Data centers are huge computers. Now, back in the day when people had offices and things like that, businesses would have their own data centers in-house. They would have their own servers. They would have where they save their files in-house. Now, a lot of businesses are going to either they're farming that piece of their IT out, or they're hosting it in the cloud. So, the data centers, they still need ways to host these things in the cloud. That's why you see a lot of talk about data centers and things like that jumping up, especially with AI. They need a way to hold all this data. So they're building data center after data center after data center to hold all these things and things like that. But anyway, that's another conversation. So networking is a great one. So if you are into that type of thing, spinning up servers and things like that, spinning up networks and things like that, networking is a great place for you. I got the basic certification because I thought I wanted to be in networking, but I was going to do the CCNA and then the CCNP, which is Certified Cisco, I think, Network Associate and Network Professional. That was not for me. I left that alone. So I'm going to leave that one alone. And the last certification under the CompTIA umbrella is the Security Plus. Now, I will admit this is my weakness. I don't know that much about security. It came along after I had already started in IT, and I know, I know the basics. Like, I know you have to have, virus protection, things like that. But as far as in an enterprise, in a business way, I don't know. I know they protect with hacking and things like that, but I am not well versed in security. I don't have the certification. I cannot speak on it, and I'll be the first one. I think I know some people who do security. The girl who works with me, she does security, and but I'm not well versed on it. Not well versed to speak on it enough. But I will say that it is a lucrative thing to get into. It is really, really taken flight in IT security in the last 15, 20 years. It has started to create so many jobs for people who do cybersecurity. They've even got degrees in cybersecurity now. I see somebody said that they had cybersecurity, or their son or something with a cybersecurity degree. So it is very lucrative. It Okay. So I would say that is a good place. But if you are looking to get into IT, and let me speak on the Google certification, and I will say it is I'm not going to say if it's a good or bad certification. I don't know, but this is my thinking, and this is my own thinking. Anybody could get a Google certification because you can go on there. I don't know if you have to pay to take it. I don't know. But if it's free, anybody could do it. But these certifications that you have to pay for, that shows the companies that you're serious. You invested in yourself to be able to start a career or make yourself grow. You invested in yourself, because there is a price for these certifications. But I got a little T on that. If you are unemployed or you are underemployed, meaning that you're not making enough money to live, check with your local unemployment office. They should have something called, I don't know if it's called this in every city, every state, but it was like a workforce. Ours was called the Workforce Investment Network. If you were unemployed or underemployed, meaning that you are not making a livable wage, you are not making enough money to sustain your household, you can have the state, wherever state you live, I don't know if it's the same program or whatever, but I would look into it. They will pay for free certifications. So you can get the class for free and you can get the cert for free. So if you, and these are, if you don't want to do that, there's so many things online that could, give you information for A+, Net+, Security+, and you can go sit for the test. The tests are not expensive. I think back in the day, that was $165, I think, if it was that much. But these things are, again, industry standard. So if you are looking to break into IT and you are looking for things that are industry standard, what do I need? If I don't have that college degree, what can I do? Because I'll tell you, a lot of times when you're in IT, you don't need that college degree. If you have it, that's fine. You don't need it. You can get a lot of these entry-level IT positions without a college degree if you have certifications. Certifications are a big thing in IT. It's not so much as degrees. So if you have certs, and also we talked about a website not too long ago, W3 Schools. If you are interested in IT, if you're interested in anything, they have expanded their catalog so much. I don't even know what's on there anymore. But I did a lot of programming, so I do a lot of, I do look at W3 Schools for their programming, but I don't look at it for anything else. And I know that they have added other things on there. And I haven't looked on there in a long time, but I reference it a lot if I can. So yeah, so they have a lot of stuff on there now. So I don't even know what all of it is. Like Numpy, Django. I don't know what all it is. They even have Excel on there, and that it breaks it down in a way that you can understand it, and also it will help you with having examples. It has interactive examples. So if you're looking for something that's easy to understand, and if you're a beginner, try W3 Schools. It is really, really good. I've told a lot of people about W3 Schools, and they find it very helpful, and it's free. So, yep. Hold on. So, yep. Hey, Marvelous, you said I'm studying for a tech certification. Which one are you studying for? Let me know. How fast I can end a fight with Google. My daughter is in cyber. Okay, cybersecurity. That is really using computers. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And I tear apart. I used to tear apart and rebuild. I've had my own computer business. I did that for a few years where I would fix computers. I did. I thought I liked that part of it, but I did it. I made good money doing that, and also tech support. I had my own little tech support business for a while. Oh wow. Okay, Patty. She said he did not like kids. Yep. My son did not like kids' toys either. I remember I came home from one day from work and he had took the computer and connected it to the TV and he was just sitting there on the computer watching it, playing on the computer, watching it on the TV. I think it was like 3 years old. Yeah, yeah. So, and he'll be a senior in high school next year. Oh, you like working with people? I do too. Now, the thing with my job, I can be, if I want to be by myself, I can. If I want to go talk to people, and I do have to talk to people because, and I don't want people to think IT people, that's all you do is just sit in the room all day. No, 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 no. Because you have to converse with people because we are not the end users. We don't know how to use the software a lot of times from your side. So, like, I work in education. We use a software, and people will be like, "Well, I need you to make it do this," and I'm like, "Well, how is it doing it now?" Because I don't know. I don't know how you use it. Only thing I see is letters and words and things like that to make it do what it says. You need to tell me what you need it to do, and then I'll detail the code to do that. But we are not people who think about things and, oh, this needs to go here and this is pretty and this needs to go there. That's not, I know how to build a website, but I'm not the person who designs it and makes it pretty. No, I'm the person who makes sure when you click that button takes you where you're supposed to go. Or if these words supposed to go in a squiggly line, I'll make sure that the words go in a squiggly line. I'm that person. So I'm not the person you want to make it look pretty. No, no, no. That's not me. But yeah. Hey. Oh, okay. Tier 2 tech support. Margarita, do you like tier 2 tech support? Yep. And I love tech support. I really do. I tell people all the time, I would probably go back to tech support because I really did like tech support. I really did. Because you didn't do the same thing. You dealt with a lot of different things. So I really did like tech support, but again, people grow. So yeah, but I would do it again. Oh, okay. You been a Security Plus certification. Yeah. Like I said, I'm weak in security. I am so weak. Hey, sad girl. Hey, Leonica. Hey, T. Wright. I forgot to say hey. Hey, Gwendolyn. Salesforce is more like a database, which is what I work on. People use Salesforce for all different reasons. Salesforce is like a database. Like you can design Salesforce for if you have different business processes and things like that, database work, how you want to save things, and you want to do things in a way that is procedural. Like you want to, hey, you got people who answer the phone and you need to make sure all your information is, flowing and going in the right places and you need to expand. Salesforce is like a database behind the scenes. So yeah. It's good. Salesforce, a lot of companies use Salesforce, International Paper, let's use Salesforce. I think Hilton Hotel uses Salesforce, and Salesforce has certifications. I think they're like an ERP software. I'm not 100% sure if they're enterprise software, but I think that's what they are. I really do. So yeah, Salesforce, and I know a lot of people in Salesforce that do Salesforce and Salesforce database. Good. I would say good place to be as far as if you're wanting to be in IT. If you want to do specific things. So when we talk about IT, there are companies who do IT type things, and that is Salesforce. So Salesforce built a software, and they have certifications around the Salesforce software, how you build things. So they marketed the software so they can put it in different companies, and you can use that software in many different ways. You may use it in your finance department. You may use it in your um, um, customer service department. So it's an enterprise software. You can use it in different parts of your department. And when you are a Salesforce certified, and it depends on what you're certified in. You can go in and you can install the Salesforce software, and you can um, put the company's information in, and or you're not putting it in one by one, of course, but you are making sure that the information is, you're setting up their database, make sure they have the right fields, the right tables and things like that. So it's a lot of things around that. So the Salesforce certification makes sure that you know how to do everything that's related to that Salesforce software. So I would say, if you are looking, if you know a company, or if you have and these are things that you should think about before you get these certifications. How is this certification going to help me? Am I going to work in Salesforce? Am I going for companies that are going to work in Salesforce? I will probably never get a Salesforce certification because I don't work for companies who use Salesforce, and I have no desire to work for companies that use Salesforce. So you will need to look at that and say, okay, what companies use Salesforce, and how likely is it that I will get a job at that company? So make sure before you invest in these certifications, you do a little background work and make sure that, in the back of your mind, okay, what kind of jobs am I going to go with when I finish these certifications? Hey, Patty. Oh, okay. Thank you, T-Rod. Oh, tech sales. Okay. So I will say this, Mandy. I am not well versed in tech sales. I'm not a good salesman. And so but I know in tech sales that you have to know things about tech, and you have to know about the software. But I don't know as far as how that works with sales. Um I'm gonna be honest. But and I wouldn't, if you have sales experience, you need to highlight on your resume. I would say, Mandy, I would go on ChatGPT and ask the keywords for tech sales positions, because I'm not 100% sure. Hey, my Wilkerson. Okay. Yep. Yep, Patty. I workforce. Yep. And you can at least, and I know they don't send you to a grandiose schools. It's more so those schools you have to do certifications at, and sometimes they do have regular teachers, and sometimes it's online. So just let them know that it may be independent studying. But again, if your goal is to get the certification paid, hey, yeah. Oh, W3 schools. It's just a website. It's just a website, Mandy. Yeah. Um, Shira, so this is the thing. I'm cheap and I'm not gonna pay for certification information. Now, me, I have to have a physical book. Now, I know that's probably a lot of people like, what? But in my day, and I still have my A plus book somewhere, but I had the books and I did self study. So I don't know. And the reason I did self study was because I had already been doing things in IT. I had been knowing about the parts and things like that, fixing computers well before I took the certification. Um, so I would say look on YouTube, look on Udemy, look on Udemy. What is that? Is it code? Um, Hold on, give me 1 second. I used to know a website. Hmm. Give me 1 second. I have to find it in my Okay. Now I'm gonna give you CompTIA site because they have hold on. This for Security Plus. Let me. Where is it at? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put this here right here. And this is what I did, and this is back in the day, and they probably is a better version. So on CompTIA site, they give the objectives for each exam. This is exactly what I did. They give the objectives for each exam, and let me make sure they still list it out like that. Yep. So they give the objectives for each exam, and if you click on the link in the chat and go under each certification, they give you what's going to be on the test, the percentage, and I would study that, but I had the book. So let's see. So here is one, and I heard about this guy from a couple of people, not a couple, probably 20. And if you're looking for videos, this is a good one here. These two, and it's two videos because it's two parts of the test. Remember, and if you want some practice question, crucials are good. They are free for crucial exams, and that's just like they give you questions. Exam Compass, they are good. That's another one, and they give you free test questions. These ones I'm putting in now are free test questions, and if I don't give you both of them, but I'm sure their site has and they may have 3 tests anyway. So, and then here's some exam questions that you can practice. And let's see. And sometimes, and they do. So I hope that helps. So I hope that helps. That those are some sites that you guys can use for, number one, test objectives. You always want to know, and for me, I need to know the objective of the test. The objectives, what I need to know on this test. Tell me what I need to know, and then I'll study with a purpose. I'm not just going in and start reading because I I don't operate like that. You need to tell me what I need to know, and then I'll go in and do it that way. Because studying without a purpose to me is just like throwing a dart at the board blindfolded. I need to know what you need me to study. So the objectives in that, again, I look at the objectives and then I'll go and I'll start studying because the objectives tell me what I need to study. So. And then I do the questions. I do that. So, and I probably have taken those before I go in and take the actual test. I probably have taken those practice tests hundreds of times. Yeah. Okay, April, you say you built your own website and you know some coding. So, how have you built your website? What type of coding are you in? Let's start there. What type of coding do you do? And do you have portfolios? Hey, Jack. Let me come back to you, Jack. I think I saw something, but let me come back to you. I have to go look. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And Udemy is a good site if you need written work and things like that. I don't knock Udemy. Yeah. In web development. What type of web development? What do you code it? Do you do client side or server side? It's so when you're talking about web development, there's so many things that encompasses. So I need a little more. And what coding language are you using? Okay. Okay. So what are you trying to code? Let's just say this. I would if you are looking to get coding jobs, you are going to, if you don't have any experience and you just built a few websites, and I'm just going to be honest, I would say either you need to look for entry level programming jobs, and I mean entry, and I would look for more of Python. HTML and CSS, people do that all day long. That's, because HTML, that's lower level. CSS and Python would be your best bet. I would get all I can with that Python. I would see if Python has certifications. I would try to get Python certifications. And I would look for companies who use Python. So that would be my advice. HTML, CSS, yes, they are great. And I do HTML every day. So, but again, you don't have a lot of companies in Fortune 500 companies using HTML, CSS. Yeah, no. But Python, that's good. And a lot of people look for people that do data work. R and Python go good together. I would learn R if you want to get into data. R and Python, a lot of people do that. R and Python go good together. If you want to, it just depends what you want to do. I love data analytics. That is actually what I am. I have a project right now doing data analytics. I love data analytics. I love statistics. I do data every day. If you're looking to get in data analytics, maybe make sure you know number one, SQL. Make sure you are an advanced user in SQL. SQL is your bread and butter. Power BI, Tableau, SAS. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I love data analytics. Actually trying to think, I was going back to go back to school and actually get my certification for data, but I decided to go a whole nother way. But I love data. That's actually what I do for my district. Besides the coding, I do a lot of their data work. I create reports. Very heavy SQL user, very heavy HTML, CSS. I use jQuery. I use Angular, JS Angular. So I do a lot of that. I used to do SAS. Have did SPSS, which is a lot of data work. So I have done that, and that's what I've been doing for the past 12 years. A lot of data work. I do the coding because with the product that we use, it's built on a lot of HTML, CSS, jQuery, and you can customize it. So I customize the product for a lot of that using that language, but a lot of my reporting and things like that, I do a lot of SQL and things like that. No, I don't want to do data science. Data science for me would probably be going back and getting my PhD, and I'm not interested in that. So thought about it, but not interested. I don't think it would give me for my time a good return on my investment because I'm the type of person I'm going to do it all the way. I'm not going to do it piece way. So yeah. Yep. So yeah. But data is the future. If you are looking, I would say, hey, data is the future. I would if I'd known what I knew now, I probably would have gotten more of the data certification. So another certification that I'm looking into getting is my Microsoft Power BI. So and I tell people all the time, learn Excel, learn these tools, learn Excel, because if you know Excel, that's the foundational level of databases. And a lot of these companies need people to run their databases and create reports and things like that. And if you're looking for AI proof jobs, people are needing to tell you what type of reports to create. You can use AI to create the reports, of course, but you need humans to tell you what reports to create. So yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let me know how you like it. I'll start looking. I probably won't do it this year. This year, I think I'm going to concentrate on my PMP. I think I'm going to do that because I'm looking into consulting and I need that to consult. So I probably do my PMP first because that's where I probably have to study the longest. BI, I use Excel and that's a lot of, and I know how to databases. So I'm not too nervous about that one, but PMP, I'm a little nervous about that. April, I don't know if you're speaking to the right person, but I do know a little something. I won't say I'm the right person, but I do know a little something. And I've worked for what I've known. I'm not just coming on here telling y'all, I work, like I said, I've been in IT close to 30 years, but I've been doing IT all my life. I am the person everybody calls when something goes wrong with their computer in my family. So in my husband's family, yeah. So, yeah. So it is nothing that I have read on ChatGPT. I actually go to work every day and do this. This is my 9 to 5 job. So if you're interested, if you've ever been interested, it is a great field. It's not for everyone though. If you like solving problems, if you love technology, if you, and that's just who I am. I don't, I can't say, that for anyone else. Um, I do what I like to do, and I love data. I do love data. So, and it wasn't something I started off liking. I don't know. It's kind of like fell in my lap, and I kind of took to it, and I love SQL. So, and I go to conferences and stuff, and I sit in there all day, and that's all we do. We nerd out. So, and you don't have to be the smartest. I'm not the smartest person. It is always uh, uh, it's always good to keep yourself open. I don't have to be the smartest person in the room. I'm good with being semi-smart and being able to learn something. Yeah. So, oh, okay, I'm decent in sales. Okay, but Python, I'm starting to go on with my skills, especially with. Yep, yep. I would say Python, and yep. And R, if you guys are looking to get into data, R is a good data language. I don't know a lot about R. I'm gonna say that I don't know a lot about R, and I should learn. But yeah, again, R is a good one. Yeah. And I have hmm, yeah. And I have like I said, I do have experience in a lot of IT things I have done, but for the last 12 years, I have been doing database work and things like that. But again, if you are starting out, for me, and what I tell people is work on the help desk, tech support, because that way you'll understand from a ground level what it is. I'm not saying you can't get in it from, you know, have, you know, from any other entry point. But for me, I have to understand from the beginning. And I went through tech support, and now even in my department, it's people who our department is segmented when it comes to work. You work on your project, you work on what you work on, and then you are the main expertise on your piece of the pie when it comes to our technology department. And I don't know a lot about networking, but if somebody comes over for the girl who sits next, whose office is next to me, and they said, "Hey, I got a problem," and she's not there, I can do a little bit. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not, but if you need problem with your computer, you can't get online. Hey, I can do that. I can help you with that. Or the guy across the hall from me, he does the AV. And if some not working, hey, I know a little bit about that. I can, muster you through until he can get, so those type of things. So I can go out and get a job in networking. It'll be a lower level job, but I can get it because I have a certification and I know the lower level type things for networking. Now, can I go and be a network administrator? Hell to the no. No, I cannot. But I can get a job, Can I go and be cybersecurity? No, I cannot. But I could probably get a job. And at the point of, if I go and apply, at that point, I would just need a job. So think about those things. Think about, where you want to be in IT. Are you trying to, be in a place where you want to expand your skills? So where did your skills start? Did they start in, lower level like mine? Because I was tech support. So that was my lower level. And where did I want to go? Well, it was a few places I thought I wanted to go. So I tried to go there and they were not me. So I ended up and I found my space in where I'm at right now. And I'm okay with it. I probably won't have another job working for someone. after I leave here, because that's not my intent. But I probably will consult in the work that I'm doing now. I won't work in it, but I'll consult with different districts and things like that, because I do have a lot of knowledge in the thing that I work in. So yeah. Any questions? April, so what type of experience do you have besides the diploma? What type of experience do you have? Do you have experience in IT? I had 10, I think, today. What's on? No, record. Okay. That's been gone for a while. Yeah. I would say, April, and a lot of things that I did also, April, when I was working from home, I got a lot of freelance jobs, freelance tech support. What was the name of that? I think it's up. It's not Upwork. It was something before Fiverr. It was another site, but anyway, I think it was Upwork, and they made it Upwork now. But okay, you were a pharmacy technician. April, can you spin your, and I'm not going to say spin, lean your resume towards IT? Even though you were pharmacy techs, they were part of your role that depended on information technology, that depended on the computer. So even though you're a pharmacy tech, highlight those positions, those things in IT. Maybe, you were the one who they went to for, all the IT stuff in the office. Highlight that, how if you helped somebody, if you were usually the person that helped with, if the computer break down, highlight that, highlight those things. Just because you did not do the job or have the job title does not mean that you did not do some of the work. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. And again, y'all, I don't do a lot of these topics because I don't want people to think that I am the know-all be-all, because I am not. I can give it from my experience and my situations and things like that, and for what I've been through. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and it doesn't make me any better or any less than anybody else. I'm here just to talk about things that I know and to help you guys if this is the direction you want to go. So I'm no means an expert. I go to work every day and do the work. Oh, okay. I will. Thank you. Thank you. So, April, again, just because you don't have the IT experience by job title doesn't mean you don't have it. And again, if you're looking for something and you're looking for IT, make sure you go on ChatGPT, whatever AI you use, and get the keywords for the role that you're applying for. So if it's tech support, if it's whatever, make sure you know the common keywords. Because a lot of times we will talk ourselves out of applying because we don't have the experience. But again, and I talked about this on the resume video, which I'm going to do another resume live on Monday. So if you're available Monday, I think I'll get up Monday morning and do it. I'm going to do a resume live. So if you are interested on my strategy and how I talk about resumes, I've done this resume live several times. But again, if you are new here, come and check it out. bring your resume. I don't do individual resumes, but if you have any questions, we can talk about it. We can, have a whole dialogue, and give you some different aspects to look at when it comes to building your resume. And and I tell people, even though AI is good to help you with your resume, you still need to know the logic behind it, because AI is only going to do what you tell it to do. And if you don't know the logical thinking on what to tell AI or how to tell AI, you are going to fail. It's easy for people to say, oh, put the resume in ChatGPT and da 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 da. But if you don't understand the logic behind the keywords, why you're doing the keywords, why you're doing this, how to create a resume, look like what you want it to look like, then you are spinning your wheels. A lot of people put irrelevant information on their resume. A lot of people don't put statistics on their resume. I'm eating popcorn. They don't put the statistical side of their positions on their resume. And those are the things that I teach. So if you come on Monday, I will be here again talking about resumes. Yep. And Debbie, I'm old. They say I'm an old head in IT, but I still love it. You don't need to. I understand, April, but okay, this is what I would say, April. A lot of people don't have the certification, and again, the certification is important because you don't necessarily have the experience. But again, like I said, you can lean your experience to whatever IT job you want. So I would say, hey, I'm going to do these. I got 10 tech support positions. I think one of them is leaning more towards software support, which is what you are talking about. Look for software support positions. You are not necessarily looking for technical support roles. You're looking for software support roles because you know the ins and outs of software. You don't really, technical, which is, software is under technical, but if you want to get a little more granular, you are looking for software support roles. Okay. And I hope that helps because when you're dealing with websites and stuff like that, it's software related. So you want to deal with more software related roles. I'm not saying that you won't get tech support, but you are, and it will probably still be called tech support, but it will be more software support. You are looking to support software. If you get what I'm saying, you're not really looking to, hey, my computer won't turn on. Hey, my computer's blinking lights. You're not looking to do that. You are looking to do more software support. Hey, this button on my computer screen won't click. When I click it, it says click me, but it won't click. Can you tell me how to fix it, or can you fix it for me? You're looking for more of those type roles, not necessarily tech support. You're looking for software support. So I would look for companies that host software. Salesforce. Let's talk about that. Salesforce. Let me see. Damn. Power School. You were looking for companies who do software, and I'm going to put it what it's called. That's the acronym SaaS, and it is big S, two small A's, and little s. Software as a service, and that's what Salesforce is. It's a SaaS. That's what it is. It's software as a service. You're using the software as your service. So Salesforce, Power School. I only know education software. Microsoft Office. Even though Microsoft is the computer company, the software, Microsoft Office, that's software as a service. Things like that. Hold on, y'all. This is my mom. I think she made it home. Hold on. Hey, mama. Oh, okay. 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 I'll talk to you when I get off. Okay. All right. Y'all see my green screen? I don't think it's working right. Okay. So, yeah, so you were looking for things that are software as a service. You're not looking to work on the actual hardware of the machines. You're looking to do software as a service. So I would lean more towards positions that you're giving tech support for the software. So, and that's the beginning, that is the entry level for you. You are not looking to support hardware, you're looking to support software. And that will be entry level for you, I would say, because you already know how to build websites and things like that. You just need to learn how to use their software. And then you could probably go into programming the software. So I think that would be probably a good way segue for you into IT is if you can provide support of a company that is doing software as a service, meaning like Salesforce. That would be like these Epic, the hospital software, those type companies, and any like I don't know what pharmacy tech uses. Do they use Epic or whatever software they use? Um, um, I would segue my way in that way. Hmm. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And that's what I'm here for, to make you guys think of things in a different way, because I love when I talk to people and they boggle something in my mind and be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think of it. And, like I said, I'm not here to try to be any better than anybody, because I'm not, but I'm here to get you to think in another way. Light a different candle. Maybe you can, figure out something for yourself just by a few words that I said. Oh, Debbie, I did. You didn't get it because I did. It did. I even put the live on. I didn't do the pre-record. I mean what is that? Where you notify? I guess I don't know, Debbie. I'm gonna see because I didn't set it up. I set it up. I don't think. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Carol. I may not have done it wrong. I could have done it wrong, but I'll make sure. I am. I'm gonna try to do at least these once or twice a month. Um, because I see it is people who do want to go into IT and they don't. Oh, Mina Clouds. Hey, Queen. Yeah, yeah. Miss Countess. Hey, Service Now. That's a good one. Yep. Service Now. Oh, okay. They use. I've never used that. I would say unsubscribe and resubscribe. That's what they used to say when they were getting um they weren't getting the notifications. Unsubscribe and resubscribe. That should work. And then turn your bell notification on. But yep. But anything is possible. It just takes a little work. Any more questions? Now I put 10 tech support roles that I found. Some are entry level, some are not. Oh, is you certified? I don't know. Let me see. He sounds familiar, but are they charging, Miss Countess? Are they charging? Oh yeah, I see they are. I don't know. This Countess, let me see, and I'll put them back in the chat. I put some free sites that hold on. So this is what I do. So CompTIA for the A+, and I don't know if you this is the entry level certification for IT. It is CompTIA. They have A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. They are 3 entry levels, lower level IT certifications. Now, on that website, they give you the test objectives. And Professor Messer gives this for free. Hold on. And he gives you the training course for free. I'm not a proponent of paying for a lot of stuff. That's just me. I would rather just pay for the test. And then Professor Messer does do a study group monthly, and he does free Q&A sessions. So, and here are some free exam questions from Crucial. And they are good. I've used Crucial before. Exam Compass, I've used them before. And these are just free tests. So, I'm a proponent of the free. So, these are the things I suggested that you do. I don't suggest paying for the lower level certifications like A+, things like that. If I'm going to pay for certification material, it will probably be for a little higher level certifications than A+. Oh, he has free YouTube? Okay. Thank you, Earl. Hey, Earl. Yep, Earl, I put 10 tech support positions. Let me go back to where they are. And again, some of them are entry level, some of them are not. The first one is for AI Doc. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. This is a tech support position. They're requiring 1 year of tech support and knowledge and experience with SQL. And if you don't know SQL, W3 Schools. We talked about that in the chat, and I'll put that in the chat. W3 Schools is a good place to learn about SQL. Because you must be customer oriented, experienced in navigating complex support scenarios, excellent analytical and problem solving skills. You must be a self-starter. You'll be working to resolve escalated incoming client issues by phone, emails with defined SLAs and the service level agreements. Filtering support ticket, prioritizing and escalating the most impactful, documenting issues, development, documenting and maintaining standard operating procedures, enabling the global support department and focal point for the knowledge transfer within the department. So if you are interested in that, check it out. And I'm not going to read all of them. Here is one that is for India, Philippines, Poland, United States, and Ireland. And April. This is number, oh darn, which one is it? I think it's number 4 or 5. I can't remember which one it is, but this is it. It says customer support experience in SaaS, or highly motivated. So this is what I was talking about, software as a service. And you see it says experience with application support, coding, or fixing bugs, particularly in PHP or Laravel would be a plus. But it's nothing to learn PHP if you know Python. So that would, when you're looking for work, look for, again, experience with SaaS, software as a service. And they usually are their level 1 coding. So think about things like that. That's why I pulled that one out. Oh, I gave a YouTube video. Oh, yeah. Oh, I meant to give this one his site. Do you have a YouTube? I mean to give his YouTube. I meant to give his site videos. Let's see. Yeah, I think I gave his site videos. I didn't know they were on YouTube. He's been around a long time. So hold on. But yeah, I would try those. Oh, they have his YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay. And it's W3 Schools with an S. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, Sonic. He said, I'm looking for my first job in tech. I completed developer boot camp in 2024. I have a certification in HNC, but not enough to get my first tech role. And like I was, Sonic, you are looking to get a job where software as a service. Quit looking for coding jobs, because I'll just say this, and I'm not trying to be funny. If you don't have actual coding experience at a level where you are doing it for a job, it is highly unlikely that you will get a coding with just certifications. Look for software as a service. And on number 5, look for tech support for software as a service. And that's like the job number 5. And again, the acronym for this is SaaS. In software as a service, it just means that you are supporting their software. They use their software to make money, and you work on their software. You help support that software. So look for those type of jobs. Don't go in looking for coding jobs, because you won't get them. Then I'm not saying it's impossible. Oh, you hear it. Zach. I'm sorry, Charlotte. Zaxton. Come cut the TV down in Mom's room. Hey, Adrian. Oh, okay. So, Earl, I'm going to show you. I'm going to let you, hold on. So, Earl, if you go to higher ed jobs. Okay. I'm going to put this here for Earl. Earl, if you look at this link, I put higher ed jobs. I don't know if you know about it. They do a lot of university hiring, and they have tech support roles on their site. Excuse me. And some of them are remote. So I would look at if you have university experience on higher ed jobs, you have to filter to remote. Um, if you worked in a university and you have tech support university, I would look there because they have remote jobs for college campuses, and a lot of them post their job there. I don't know, Autism Mommy. Let me look around and see if I know some people that may know. I know I got a couple of people in mind that I could probably reach out to, and I'll check it tonight. If I don't check it, I'll check it in the morning. So, but yeah, you're welcome, Earl. So, any questions? Like I said, I'll try to do more of these. Y'all know one of my faults is I think everybody know what I know, so yep. So I don't and I'm not a big, pump myself up like that. I don't do that. I'm here to help people and watch them grow. I'm not here to talk about myself. So oh, you're welcome, Delight. Oh, you're welcome, Patty.
Hello.
Hey, Bob. You need me?
Zach over here. Hey, boy. Hey, boy, what are you doing talking about Drew? Or I can just get water.
Okay, we'll get you some more. Oh, you're welcome, Shara.
All right, see you, Mom.
My son, he's sick, so he's sick. And if y'all know, I got 4 boys, and you know how boys are when they get sick. So, oh yeah, I kept him at home yesterday from school. So, hopefully, with this 3-day weekend, he'll get better. Yes. So, his brother told him that he had to stay in his room for social distancing. So, have you tried Prolific? And I'll put that in the chat. Let me find this list. Hold on. Let me find the list, Amir. You're welcome, I'm blessed on. We have a list of 52 sites that people in the community do. So I'll put that link here and you can go and check it out. And there's survey sites, gaming sites, all type of product testing, website testing. It's all kind of things on there. So I hope that helps you. Oh, thank y'all. I hope you do too. Well, y'all, I am going to get off of here. Thanks for the chit chat. Thanks for the engagement. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. I hope this conversation was helpful to someone. And I will see y'all on live again. Have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'll see y'all tomorrow live. Bye-bye.